Alright, it's your crush online radio program Love Angles right here on Click Niger Internet Radio, where we have interactive discussions that concerns and surrounds romantic relationship and how to make them evergreen, like my top, the color of my top. Alright, welcome to the program. My name is Jennifer Ogo on the show, and the question for today is right there on your screen. Unwanted attention. That's what we are focusing on today. So, what would you do when you don't like a person who has a crush on you? I mean, it happens sometimes, but what would you do if you actually can't return the same affection that someone has towards you, or crush that someone has towards you? So the question is, what would you do when you don't like a person who has a crush on you? So, make your candid opinion, like very sincere, realistic opinion, right there in the comment section on this post. So we can have, this discussion together. As always, remember to invite your friends to watch and follow us on Twitter at Click Niger One, on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Click Niger, and the website is www.clickniger.net. Yeah, so we know it's a tough, scenario, or it's actually quite tough to have an unrequited crush on someone. And when I say unrequited, I'm talking about a one-sided love that is oftentimes, not returned, but it's also tricky to be the one in that equation. So your friend could be a great person, your friend could be a very lively person, and you would want to see your friend happy, and you hate it when your friend is hurting. We don't want to see our friends hurting, especially when we know that we might be the cause of that pain coincidentally. But you obviously can't change the way you feel, and you shouldn't feel like you have to, because the long and short of it is, it might not necessarily be your fault. So you're not a bad person for not having romantic feelings for someone, no matter who it is, whether it's a friend or a stranger. So it's not always easy, but there are ways to help make the decision as painless as possible. And that's what we'll be focusing on today on the program: how to deal with someone who has an unrequited crush on you. And when I use words like unrequited, I mean a one-sided kind of love that is oftentimes not returned. So the question once again is, what would you do when you don't like a person who has a crush on you? There are a lot of awkward moments, there are a lot of, you don't even, mixed feelings, like you don't even know what to do at that point in time. But put yourself in that situation. I have a friend, I've known this person for quite a number of years, and we've been really good friends, and all of a sudden he or she comes and is telling me, I've always loved you, I really like you, I would like us to be an item, and all of those things. And at that point in time, you don't even know what to say because the feeling is not mutual at that point in time. So I'd like to hear from you. What would you do? So now, if you find yourself in that situation, you know there are ways to handle it. There's how to deal with it. Number one is to be honest. It's very important to be honest in any form of relationship, whether romantic relationship or otherwise. Be honest. It is better to make this clear from the very beginning. So if it will make the person feel bad, even if it will make the person feel bad, just be honest. Say your truth, and whoever that wants to say their truth should actually say theirs, as long as you know that you've actually said your truth. Number two is be kind but clear. It's necessary to let your friends know you don't have feelings for them, or the other person that has a feeling for you. Let them know that you don't have feelings for them. But it's also important to be sensitive about it. Yes, just don't say like, I don't even care about you. I mean, you have feelings for me. So what? No, just be sensitive, because it could actually happen to you. You might actually like someone that do not like you in return. And how will you feel if that person just disses you off? at the snap of a finger. So you have to be sensitive about it. So it's difficult to tell someone how you feel and have them not return the sentiment. I told you earlier, it's quite difficult. Not until you've been in that position, you definitely understand what I'm talking about. So I show the person how much they mean to you. Yes, I value our friendship. I actually have this friend I've known for getting to 10 years, and we've been like really good friends. We even talk about our relationships, you know, the person I used to date, the person he's dating or he dated, or transpired. If he has any issues, he will share with me. And just sometime last year, he started telling me that he has strong feelings for me. It was even as bad as having dreams about me. It was so crazy. I didn't know what to think at that point in time. Sometimes you quarrel, and I'm sure it's because he feels like maybe I don't regard him as a friend, or I don't want to take the friendship to another level. But I told him, I love you so much to spoil our friendship. I would want us to continue being friends. Please don't ruin it. So I'm not really harsh about it. I'm very clear. I was, honest from the onset, and I'm still honest. No matter how he feels, I try to put myself in his position, and I try to respect his feelings, because I know if the reverse were to be the case, I wouldn't want, the other person to treat me so harshly. So let them know how important their friendship is. I gave you this example to actually buttress my point, and how you don't want the situation to put everybody in jeopardy. All right. So what would you do when you don't like a person who has a crush on you? What would you do? So I went online to gather random feedbacks about the topic. So these were people's responses. Number one I got is from Lauren Cardinal, and she said, "It all depends. Do you want the person to have a crush on you, or do you not want them to? That is the huge question about the whole question. So if you don't want her or him to, just come right out and say, please back off. I'm not interested." I mean, I'm sure she meant that in a polite way, of course. That way you need to give me some space. You're the one actually saying this. Say, I understand that you probably have some feelings for me, but I don't reciprocate those, and I won't reciprocate. That was an apology. I'm not trying to be rude, I'm trying to be honest with you. So is Lauren saying, and you got to respect that person. That's honesty. Now, if you want them to go for it to be happy about, let them know that you are crushing back. But if you are crushing back, make sure it's real, because from experiences I've seen of others and had myself, you can think you can think now you have a major crush on somebody, either coming out of a relationship, or because it's something you think you can't have and want to get it. A lot of times you don't want it anymore. That's why it's a crush. Don't ever forget that, because once you get there, you would you still want vis-a-vis with a guy? Sure, she's just trying to cut across. I mean, being the person that has a crush and being the person that isn't reciprocating. That's for Lauren. That's the explanation she gave. Now, Maureen Paul is saying, be yourself. That is possibly the reason why someone fell for you in the first place. If you know them already, smile at them as you would smile at any other person. It just might make their day. So if you are classmates or co-workers, help them in their tasks if required. At no point should they feel that crushing on you is a crime. Definitely. In fact, if you act pricey, not only would you break their heart, you would you would have lost an admirer. Having a crush is one of the best feelings in the world, really. It's the beginning of knowing someone, when every new discovery about the other person excites you. And when the other person is you, why try to put in any effort at all? Once again, be yourself. The crush would eventually go away or develop into something more beautiful. Why spoil it with a huge question mark? Kindness does not cost a teen. Smile, acknowledge, and get on with your life. You would have made your day and their day. And I have my first comment. Thank you so much, Ehi Ohiani, and she's giving us a thumbs up and of course a high five. Back to you now from Emmanuel Eventus J King. Yes, thank you so much, Emmanuel. Well, Emmanuel, I'd like to hear from you. What would you do? You have someone who has a huge crush on you. I mean, how would you address the situation, especially when it's someone you've known for a long time? Like I gave you the example of a friend I've known. Like I love you so much to even spoil our friendship because I know relationships are not easy. So if you actually value your friendship with that person, you would want to save that friendship by not being in a relationship with that person. Just let the person know from the onset that you're not interested. The feeling is not mutual. So how to deal with someone who has an unrequited crush on you? That is a one-sided crush or one-sided love that cannot be returned. Number three is no mixed signals. Yes. So just don't go feeling high and mighty because this person loves you or has a crush on you. You want to play with the person. That's not fair. So when you expressly say that you're not interested in a relationship with that person, then let your actions portray it too. So if you decide to be friends, ensure to stay in the confines of friendship rather, and avoid anything that could be misinterpreted as an intention to be more than friends. There really should be no mixed signals. Yeah. So if you want to be friends with that person, if you still want to be friends with that person, keep being friends with that person. Don't use the fact that okay that person has a crush on you or loves you to take advantage of that person. That isn't fair at all. The final point is for you to, I mean, if you can't control the way that person is around you, because some people can be quite handy, probably they might want you to even sleep with them. People go that far, and they would just want to do everything within their power to make sure that you're in a relationship with them. When you know you can't reciprocate that feeling, just leave quietly, like just get out of any form of relationship, whether it's a friendship or whatever. Just call it a quit, all right, for that friendship. Get out. So if you think you are too attracted to someone for a friendship to work without involving into some sexual relationship with them, get out as fast as you can. Here is why: refusing to be in a romantic relationship with someone does not mean you won't be sexually attracted to him or her. I mean, we are all human beings, and we have nerves in our body that sometimes we are unable to control. So you know that this person likes you and might want to give his body or her body to you, and you know that you don't want to have anything to do with that person, please just leave before the devil starts to whisper things in your ear. So, and by being friends with someone sexy now, if that is your situation, who clearly likes you, the chances of you getting carried away to the point of pursuing that sexual relationship becomes a lot more, increased. So if you begin to have sex with him or her despite not desiring a relationship, it's essentially taking advantage. Yes, because obviously they are interested in more than sex and they already mentioned that to you before you decided to use them for sex. So if you like someone sincerely, okay, let me take this message now from Emmanuel. Yes, and he's saying, I will be sincere with the person, but though it hurts so much, but it's better off faking it. Really? You don't want to actually fake liking that person in return. Emmanuel, I really want to get you like, okay, let me just read your comment once again so that it could be clarified. I will be sincere with the person, good, but though it hurts so much, the person having the feeling, but it's better off faking it. Mm-mm. You shouldn't fake your feeling at all, whether in a relationship, working environment. Your feelings could be controlled, yeah. You could control your feelings. It's important to control your emotions, but faking it is a no-no because you don't even know when something might really happen to test your emotions and you might just bust it all out. So it's important to address an issue the right way. So faking it is not the best way to go, Emmanuel, right? But being sincere, yes. If it hurts, yes, it hurts so much, especially when you're the person liking that other person and the person is not even reciprocating in another way, no matter how you dress. And sometimes you just wonder, like, who is this guy or girl even dating? I mean, am I not even better than this person? Honestly, love, you can't understand it sometimes. You can't just understand it. We just fall in love with people because probably destiny, life, and probably because that's what he wants. Finally, the comment I've been waiting for. I'm sure he has just been typing an epistle. All right, Simon Matthias, thank you so much for joining me. I sincerely appreciate your comment. And he's saying, I once had a little girl in our streets who was so much pushing the crush thing, especially if he's a teenager, all right? So she was so young, but almost wanted me to divorce. Just what I was saying. It's very important to take quick, actionable decisions and not open rooms for so much intimacy. Any intimacy at all if you're not into that person. So you could actually manage, you know, he or she, manage them and manage the situation. It's easier to take advantage when the slope is so unbalanced in this regard. You are very, very right, Simon. Just what I've been saying all along. So if you're actually not into this person, please don't even condone any form of intimacy, especially if this person is like really physically attractive or sexy. You might just take advantage and the person wouldn't see that way that okay, you didn't even mean to do that in the first instance. So don't even entertain the idea of taking the relationship further than you want it to. If it's friendship, make it to be friendship. If you don't want anything more than friendship, just spell it right out. Make sure you know your boundaries, and most importantly, don't take advantage. You don't want to leave a bad intention around the whole relationship. That other person might just be spreading negative news about you that you used him or her, blah blah blah. You wouldn't want to be portrayed in that light. So it's important to go through these steps. As I've earlier mentioned in the program, I told you number one is to be honest, like Emmanuel Eventus said. Exactly. Aha, now you're coming, Emmanuel. It's better off not faking it. Yes, I'm sure. Okay, actually, oh, I didn't see the e's. I'm so sorry, Emmanuel. I just saw faking. I didn't see it. It's better off not faking it. Thank you so much, Emmanuel, for bringing our attention back to that. Not faking it is very important. Do not fake it. Be honest, like Emmanuel has said. Be kind. Yes, be kind. You don't have to, reject that person so harshly. Be kind, but very clear. Make that person understand that you actually cannot reciprocate the feeling. No mixed signals. So if you're not into what that person is feeling, make sure you're not into what the person is feeling. Don't go ahead dilly-dallying and making the person further confused, all right? And if you can't, you know handle the situation the best way, that probably you've tried and tried, but the person is not even understanding you, just like the illustration Simon gave us, just get out, like just take off as fast as you can. Thank you so much for watching and for making your comment. We usually encourage you to invite your friends, invite your family, invite your folks. Let them watch, let them learn. This is a relationship program and it's what every human being ought to experience or have experienced at some point in time, in their lives. Once again, so much appreciation for everyone who listened to us via our website on MixLR. That's www.clickniger.net. And of course, to those who viewed us on Facebook, thank you so much. Love and Wills will be back next week with another edition on Click Niger Internet Radio. So if you've missed any of our shows, you can also watch us on YouTube. We have all of our videos there on YouTube at Click Ninja. The Twitter handle is at Click Ninja One. All right. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Bye bye.